This is Justin Pulitzer. This is a special supplemental update on Tesla. This is on September 28th, 2014, and I wanted to show you my trade in Tesla had been a while back was to buy it up over this break of this downtrend line and to play for a move back up to the old highs. And you could see we had that break and we wound up getting it, and I had said over here was a sale and we wound up pulling back a bit. And then I had said that anything up over here was a buy, and we were going to play for a move up. And I had kind of said to pull I had definitely said to pull the ripcord at 290. And the last 10 points are usually the hardest in the stock, and it had moved up so steeply. And Tesla didn't really back off that much, though. It sort of just was like in this bull flag up here. And then you had this Morgan Stanley downgrade, which took it below this secondary trend, or this really tertiary trend, and brought it below there, took out the 20, and then came back down to these reference lows. We then bounced back up to the 265 like I had discussed, and since then we've really come back down, and we took out this bar's low, which to me is really bearish, and we haven't really, and we've been just riding this secondary trend line, and it's been relatively weaker than the market. So my thinking here is that we can probably play this short below this low here, this 244.71, for a move back down to primary trend into the 50% fib, where I think it would be a buy. That's really more the play. I mean, this is a little bit playing it really cute, but I would think that this down here is a buy point for a bounce, somewhere between the 234.33 and the primary trend, which is about in the 230s. And that would also coincide with a retest of the prior downtrend line, like a kiss off that for a bounce. If Tesla does come down there, I think that's the buy. If that happens to give, though, keep in mind there's room down to the 61.8, which is the 240.84. And then if that happens to give, then if this is constituted as a head and shoulders top, it's a little awkward because this didn't build out, I think, enough. But if it did, then you really come back down to 206s, which is really where this began. If you see where this run started, this is kind of where it all began. So I would think that then could be the buy. So my first thoughts with Tesla, like I had said, let me just summarize, is that you could play it short below this bar, which is the 244.71. You might want to reverse here, or at least cover. I think that this is a buy point for a bounce, or do you buy off the 61.8 or down here if we happen to get down there. Those are different buy points or points for covering if you're short. If Tesla here now happens to get back up over this high, the 265.60, I think that would catch a lot of people off guard. It would also take it back up through the 20-day moving average. So if you could take out this downtrend line and retake out this high, then I think you're playing with Tesla long for a move back to the 272s, and then we'll kind of reevaluate because you'd be coming back down to these bars lows where the breakdown occurred. If you can get back up over there, then I think the trade is probably long again for a retest of the highs. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. I think that this area here would be some pretty stiff resistance, at least in the beginning. So that's really how I'm looking at Tesla. I'm thinking that there are some definite definable buy points here for right or right out trades, or for the kind of like the quote unquote shock and awe for the move back up to at least retest where the breakdown was. If Tesla, I think, really can retake this 274.40 though, I think then the stock is probably going to start the whole squeeze process again, and that this might not really resist that much because I think that would catch people completely off guard. I'm not really looking for that right now. I'm thinking that the move is probably more to the downside just because of this relative weakness, but let's be prepared for anything. So that's Tesla, and if you have any questions, please feel free to send me a tweet on Twitter, and my handle there is @JustinPulitzer. If you like this video, please be sure to click the like tab. Thank you very much.